What's up, guys? One Koala Man here, bringing you episode number 39 of our fairy tale reviews, and we are 39 episodes strong. We are not nearly as close to where we need to be, because it is on episode, what, 200 something? Well, 60 something if you want to get technical, but, you know, like 200 something, like, for every single episode. So we still have a long way to go. And a lot goes down in today's episode. But if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit that like button down below, because I really do appreciate it. Be sure to share it to all of your friends, and subscribe if you are new to the channel, because I welcome you with open arms if you are new to the channel. And even if you aren't new, even if you're a regular, I still welcome you with open arms. Every day, all day, 24/7. And be sure to answer the question of the day. I almost forgot to say that. And follow me on Twitter, both which will be in the description down below. So give those a little bit of a check. And with all of that said and done, let's get this mother underway. So we start today's episode off with Urza trying to milk out the answers from Jalal, because everything's just like really suspicious. Like, Jalal's not even phased that he's gonna die. He's not phased that all of his hard work is gonna go down in smoke, because the Ethereon Blast is pretty much like an imminent doom for him. But he's not phased one bit. Meanwhile, back in Era, we see the Magic Council, you know, talking amongst one another, talking about the Ethereon Blast, and it is ready to go. So they're saying, let's start the countdown, let us pray, and let's do this thing. And this Ethereon Blast starts to charge up right above the Tower of Heaven. But back at the Tower of Heaven, Jalal seems to, you know, get broken down, and he's saying, look, I'm sorry, Urza, I've just been controlled by Zeref this whole time. I haven't really been, you know, myself. I couldn't control my actions, and I still can't control my actions. And Urza, he's just playing right into Urza, pretty much. And he is just, he is so manipulative, because I know this chump is just faking, because ain't no way he spent, what, like 10 years building this thing just to surrender to Urza right now. So I know this clown doesn't think he's fooling Urza. But he is fooling Urza, and Urza's saying, look, Jalal, I forgive you. Can you forgive me for leaving you? And they give one giant hug to one another, because the Ethereon Blast is just about to blow everything up. So the Ethereon Blast finally lets loose on the Tower of Heaven, and the squad in the boat is saying, like, whoa, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And it just starts making everything shift, like weather patterns are shifting. Like, this is just a powerful freaking blast. Luckily though, for the squad in the boat, Juvia saves them all, because, you know, she gets them in like this water lock, and she saves them from the imminent destruction of the Ethereon Blast. And one thing that's very shocking is that Urza's still alive, Jalal's still alive, Simon's still alive, and Natsu is still alive in the tower. But the tower is no longer a tower. This thing is a giant freaking crystal, like a lacrima, a giant lacrima, huge amounts of magic energy dwelling inside of this giant crystal. Everybody's shocked pretty much, and Urza's saying, how are we still alive? And then Jalal is, you know, laughing up his own little storm, and saying, like, in other words, like, I can't believe I fooled you, Urza. Like, Urza is like super easy to fool, because he was just toying with her emotions this whole time. And it's just pretty sad that Urza fell for it. And then Seagrain disappears from the Magic Council, because Yajima was saying, okay, Seagrain, explain yourself right now. He disappears, and he reappears back at the giant lacrima, and Urza's like super shocked, like, Seagrain, what are you doing here? So not only are Jalal and Seagrain twins, but they are also in cahoots. But also, not only are they in cahoots with each other, they are exactly the same person, because Seagrain like phases into Jalal, and I'm just like, poof, that's a lot to handle. And so I can't believe nobody in the fairy tale universe thought that Jalal was Seagrain. Because, I mean, true, they passed with the story of them being twins, but come on now, the same exact marking on their face, Really? But either way, they're the same person, and now Jalal is finally up to full power. And as I've said, you know, episodes back, weeks back, Ultir is also in cahoots, and she's just taking down the Magic Council with her Arc of Time magic. She's like making it turn like super old, and it's just crumbling down before everybody. And back at the tower, Urza's just fumed. So she like holds her hand out. She holds her hand out, and the sword like pops out of her hand. She grips onto it. She reaches back behind her. Another sword pops out. She grabs that, and she's starting to swipe at Jalal. Jalal's just bobbing and weaving, of course. And she just cannot control her emotions right now. Soon after that, Urza gets paralyzed and she's not able to move because she got binded by this magic. And Jalal was saying like he planted it on her when they were doing their, you know, their hug and prepping for the imminent doom of themselves. And so that's the end of Urza, I guess, for right now. And Jalal picks her up and she's saying, "You're not going to get away with this, Jalal. I won't let you get away with this." And he's like, yeah, whatever. And he like pushes her inside of a lacrima, and she's starting to go inside of it, getting soaked into it, slowly but surely. But good old Natsu comes to the rescue and saves Urza from the lacrima. And Urza, this is the most I've ever seen Urza cry. Urza's just crying her eyes out, and she's saying, "Please, Natsu, let me handle this. Please just do something that I say for once." And of course, Natsu's like, no. He punches Urza right in the gut, knocks her clean out because she was crying. And he's just getting fired up. And now it's Natsu versus Jalal in a pretty decent fight for right now. And Natsu is just going ham on Jalal. And he is just destroying everything in his path. He's doing the Fire Dragon Wing attack, Fire Dragon Talon, Fire Dragon Roar. He is just going complete nuts on Jalal. And I am speaking with my arms a lot today, because it is a lot to handle. But sure enough, all of this going hambony, is not phasing Jalal whatsoever. All it did was like strip Jalal, and now he's like in a wife beater pretty much. And he's ready to go ham on Natsu. And that's pretty much exactly what he does. He goes absolute bananas on Natsu. And he like gets this like Super Saiyan glow around him. He's flying around. He's punching Natsu. He's kicking Natsu. He does this cool like 7 thing like this or whatever. And it's like the stars aligning, and he just destroys Natsu with that blast. And that blast pretty much finishes Natsu off for this time. And Jalal's saying, "Okay, now I gotta stop because I'm just destroying this whole thing, and I could just sense all the magic energies leaving the tower." And Natsu like throws little tiny pebbles at Jalal, and he's saying, "Now I've distracted you with my sneak attack." And Natsu does what he does best, and he starts destroying the tower. And Jalal's getting angry. He's like, "I will not let you get in my way, Natsu." And so that is the end of the episode of Fairy Tail. Alrighty guys, you already know I don't like to end off without a question of the day. So today's question for the day is, since Seagrain Jalal just tricked everybody and like pranked them, I guess, and everybody found out that, you know, Seagrain is Jalal, what is the best prank or trick that you've done to one of your friends or your family members? Now, I'm not one for pranks because I can never think of a good prank idea, but one day my friend David was at my house, like that was way back in the day, and he came in and I was like, "Hey, can you give me some water, man?" And he had like, I had the, you know, little nozzle on the sink, like tied up with a rubber band, classic, and so he turned on the tap water and he like sprayed it all over himself. I'm like, so I'm laughing it up, and then I say, "Okay, the paper towels are in the pantry, like, you know, over there." And I tied like one of my cat's little toy mouses, and he like opened it, it came out, he was like, "Oh!" It was just fun. It was funny for me back in the day. Now I can't think of any good pranks to do on my friends these days, but one of these days I'll figure it out somehow. But let me know down in the comment section below, what was your best prank that you've done to one of your friends or your family members? And as always guys, keep it cool.